Welcome to Sterling Wheel.
Hooty hoo, woody woo. Welcome to the Church of Whale. We are stopped briefly. Okay. We're not going to make a habit of this behavior. Actually, I'm delivering. So I'm at a secret Walmart facility. A Walmart facility I've never been to before. Top secret location in Lakeland, Florida. And kicking off our shoes, getting a little relaxy. Time to relax. Time to chillax, as the cool kids say. Been a bit of a trifling day. Yes. So I've been in Florida 24 hours now. A little bit more than 24 hours. And picked up a load south of Atlanta in a community known as McDonough, Georgia's, and blasted on down to Orlando town. Let's get our armrests down. Comfortable. Got ourselves down to Orlando last night, about 2,300 or so. Delivered to a Publix distribution compound, where they accept my bounty of frozen groceries. And this place was friggin' awesome. They have overnight parking, and the biggest struggle with us reefer drivers is finding parking, because a lot of these deliveries, like right now, 2,300 at night, it's difficult to find parking at night. I tend to be a night driver as well, and it's easier for me to just keep on driving than wonder about whether or not I'm going to find a parking spot or not. So got to location, got backed into a spot. They tried giving me a dock, but somebody else was in the dock, so I just had to park off to the side, and they don't open till 5 in the morning, so I walked in at 7. My appointment wasn't until 1500, so plenty of time. It's not like I walked in there late or anything. And walked in at 7, got it backed into a door. I was unloaded by noon, and discovered in my post trip that I had a horrible, terrible problem with my trailer. Uh, Last night I dodged a piece of dunnage. Flatbed truckers use blocks of wood to help secure their loads, and keep keep stuff. You don't want to put stuff directly on a flatbed trailer. You want wood blocks to hold it up. And I dodged a 4x4 in a thunderstorm. I seen it, dodged it, missed it with the truck, and apparently I hit it with the trailer because there was a damaged rim and a damaged tire. So, you know, just because you miss something, it's probably good practice to stop and double check. But I was in a hurry, and it was fine until I seen it when I got to my delivery. So I had to wait for roadside assistance to come out, change the wheel and tire, and get to trucking. And I ran from Orlando to Tampa at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which took 7.5 metric years. I am now 35 years older for driving between Orlando. Like, I did not have any gray in this beard at all. Like, and I didn't even have a beard this morning when I started, and got got to Tampa. I'm out of food on the truck, and I don't want to stock anything up because I'm going on vacation by Wednesday. I'm going to the Forgotten Angels camp out. You'll see the little ticker tape down there. So I'm out of food. I've got some water, but I'm out of food. So I was kind of like jonesing. Any of you that drive an electric car, you worry about range anxiety. Where am I going to plug my Tesla in? Well, I got range anxiety with my obesity. Like, where's a hamburger? I need a hamburger. I get range anxiety for fast food. And I don't have any food on the truck. So, I napped angrily waiting for roadside assistance. And yeah, we did okay. We did okay. Got to Tampa, Florida, dropped off my empty trailer, and I picked up a loaded trailer that came from Illinois. It came all the way down to Tampa from Illinois. It was a load of Nestle's, which Nestle makes a plethora of products. It's not just chocolates. It's not just Crunch bars. Nestle is a cold storage facility, so you'll haul TV dinners and yogurt. And what was in my trailer when I opened the door and backed it into the dock was Gerber baby yogurt stuff and some Go-Gurt stuff and some Starbucks, like the Starbucks that's already in the friggin' glass jar. And it was heavy. It was 44,000 pound. But so I'm at a Walmart DC right now, and they're handling that trailer. They will call me in about 2 hours to let me know that the trailer's unloaded, and then I drive my merry way over to the other side of the warehouse over there, somewhere over there. See, right, like right there's a building, right, and then over there's an alley, and we take our truck and we drive through that alley to where our trailer's at, right there. So yeah, I figured I haven't done a church of wheel in quite a while. And today's show, welcome to the Church of Wheel. We are in Florida because I have lost significant brain power. I have lost a lot of cognitive skills with the traffic that I had to fight today. And I'm a little worried about myself. And I need to sit here and pontificate about losing brain cells over the massive traffic issues that there's too many people in Florida. I am going to write a strongly worded letter to China because their sweet and sour sniffles didn't work. Okay, yeah, but millions upon millions of people were supposed to die, and they didn't. Rest in peace to people that did die. But I'm going to have to let China know that apparently your virus didn't work. You shouldn't have made it in China because your virus didn't work, and there's traffic everywhere still. Okay, so I will sit here. I will grab a notepad. Do I have a notepad nearby? I do not have a notepad. I have a clipboard, and I will handwrite a sternly worded letter to the president of China, and I'll say, "Dear sir," or "Madam." It's 2026. Could be "Madam." Uh, I do not appreciate your manipulation of our currency. Remember when Trump said that China was they're manipulating the currency? Fast forward to 2026, and what are we doing? Nothing but manipulating currency. Let's stay on topic. Anyway, I'm going to write a letter to China later and say, your virus was bunk. I want a fucking refund. There's too much traffic in Florida. I can't stand it. Let's get to the comments. What you kids pay me for? We got Rody John in the house saying, Sterling, Sterling, Sterling. What? I'm here. I'm here. I was going to write you an email. I lost your email address. I need your email address. I was going to write you an email because I want to hire you for your videography editing abilities. I have a brilliant idea for an intro, and I would like your assistance because I have witnessed your abilities to add text to video, and I want to add my logo to something in a moving video, and it'll only be maybe a 5-second clip. And I could probably do it myself, but it would take me 15 years to do it and make it look good. And I want to see what you could come up with. So if you're still listening, find my email and send me an email, and I'll email you back. Send it to my secretary, and I'll have my people contact your people. But we need to collaborate. Cheap Freight Hauler is a valued channel member, by the way. Good evening from South Crackalacky. I was in South Crackalacky 48 hours ago. I have been trucking. I am the last truck driver. I will be played by Tom Cruise um, eventually because I am the last American truck driver. I run 24 hours a day. I never sleep. I never go home. I'm about to shed a tear. Tom Cruise couldn't play me though. I'll have to hire Chris Farley. Oh, sick burn. He's dead. Oh well. Good seeing here, Cheap Freight Hauler. Rody John, by the way, is not a valued channel member, but we're not going to hold that against him. OSNS is in the house, waiting on bills for this unload then home. Way past my bedtime. Way past your bedtime. It's 11 something in Florida. And I think you're usually in Ohio somewhere or Illinois. You go to bed at like 3 in the afternoon or something? This ain't way past your bedtime. It's a Friday. Oh, you said you're going home. Home is nice. I passed through Valdosta yesterday, but I didn't have a chance to stop. They are literally going to work me to the last moment they need to get me home. This company is very good about my home time. I will not complain. But I have to schedule my home time. I can't just ask them politely, "Hey, could you just route me through the house every once in a while?" Never happen. So, I've learned my lesson the last 8 weeks. And from now on, I will schedule home time every 2 weeks if I have to. I am thinking about going local or regional, but they're throwing a lot of money at me right now, and I just the problem is if I have a place to live, I'll start making friends, and friends are expensive, and then they're needy, and they're like, "Why aren't you at the bar?" And I was like, I don't like singing karaoke. They're like, we thought we were your friends." Listen, I can sit here in my diesel powered fortress of solitude. Nobody bothers me. I commonly ask you people, you know who you are. I ask everybody to lower their expectations around me, uh, because I'm a man on a mission. I am a rebel, you know, definitely a rebel. We're bucking the system around here, is what I'm trying to say. Good seeing you here, OSNS. Hope you are doing well. Good to see you. Rody John says, I should be editing. You should be, but you don't have to. Realize that every task, every requirement of you can be completely ignored. And what are you going to do? As long as you disappoint yourself, it's fine. That's the secret to adulthood. To be a good, upstanding citizen in America, a proud father, member of the church, as long as you go through life only disappointing yourself, like man, you could get far in the world. But the second you start disappointing other people, you'll wind up locked in a semi truck for the rest of your life. Sick burn. Good seeing here, Rody John. We got Lori Ann just dropped by, say, hey, hope you have a lovely weekend, Sterling. We are going to have a lovely weekend, and it is wonderful that you are here. Stopped in to say hello. I hope you're doing well. Our weekend plans include getting this thing delivered. The weekend starts in 30 minutes. We are in Lakeland, Florida. After this delivery, I'm taking my empty trailer to a Tropicana facility in Bradenton, Bradenton. I've refused to pronounce anything correct in florDuh. Picking up a load of orange juice, orange, uh, orange appearance liquid, orange. You glad you got a trailer full of orange juice? We're we're gonna pick up a load of orange liquid. Yeah, I think it's orange liquid. It came from a Tropicana facility. It'd be awkward if it was milk. Uh, but we're going to take that to Missouri. It's going to a Walmart facility in Missouri, Harrisonville, Missouri. I think it's Harrisonville. It might be Harrisonburg. What's the difference between Harrisonville and Harrisonburg? You know? So this Walmart facility that I'm delivering to right now, it's obviously lunchtime, and there's people in front of the building dancing. Interesting. Lorianne, I'm glad you're here. I've been meaning to speak to you on a live stream because you dropped a comment. We're gonna have a good weekend. It'll be a good weekend trip. It delivers on the 9th, and the 9th. The 9th. When is the 9th? Today's the what is today? What is today? Do you know what today is? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. I have to consult a computer. It is March the 6th. Nice round number. March 6th. So yeah, we're gonna get to the other side of Missouri. And then hopefully from there we'll get to the other side of Georgia by Wednesday. because that's when my home time starts. You'll see the little ticker tape there at the bottom. That is the Forgotten Angels Camp Out. It's coming up here pretty damn soon. And I support Forgotten Angels. ForgottenAngelsFlorida.org, which is 19 miles to my west right now. And they help kids that have aged out of the foster care system. Uh, Mostly the ones that have been abused by the foster care system and are, well on that pathway to homelessness and, falling apart and becoming unproductive members of society. The troubled youth. And Forgotten Angels Florida gives them a chance to get on their feet. If they need to build a tiny home and have a place to live, they got it. But Forgotten Angels Florida does not give handouts; they give hand ups. And as long as you come in there with an open mind, and Cindy and David will help you figure out a game plan. If you need to get a driver's license, if you need to get enrolled into college, if you need clothes, food, water, that's what Dave and Cindy help with at Forgotten Angels. So it's the only charity that I currently donate to. And through Shade Tree Surgeon, they do these bike raffles. And currently, right now, they're raffling off a pretty nice Dyna. $100 buys 5 tickets. And also, if you purchase the $100, it covers your entrance fee to the Forgotten Angels Campout, which is coming up next week. Uh, they want you to register for the campout. They don't want people just sneaking up on the property and getting hog wild. But yeah, the campout's coming up next week, and at the campout, you can meet a whole bunch of cool people, some YouTube stars, such as myself, a humble, uh, mega influencer, distinct, you know, powerful, a mega influencer. You get to meet people like me and people better than me, and it's good times. And you get to hang out with Dave and Cindy. You can ask them. You can see exactly where your money goes, and you can hear some stories that'll break your heart. And it's amazing the work that they do. So I'm a huge fan of Forgotten Angels. The biggest reason behind that is because my parents aren't around anymore, and I struggle so hard because I don't have that to lean back on like I did when I was younger. If I screw something up, like I could always say, "Ah, Mom, I screwed up," and Mom would help out, right? Never tell Dad you screwed up because he'd be like, "Dumbass." Uh, but I miss having parents in my life, and it's not only for support, but guidance, and so I kind of feel like an orphan myself. So donating and helping out at Forgotten Angels is a big part of my life. It keeps me sane mostly. I'm not known for it. Listen, if you came here for sanity, you need to leave. You need to change the channel, as they say. Church Wheel, Florida. Let's get to some more comments. It's what you kids are. It's what you kids are paying me for. Sweet Jody's in the house. She waited 17 minutes for me to read her comment. Good seeing, good seeing her, Jody. Sweet Jody, saying, "Oh shoot, yeah, I was stuck in traffic most of the day. It was fun." Cheap Freight Hauler, I-4 at 3 p.m. and Friday sounds fun. It was not fun. It was not fun. It was as fun as laying underneath choose a car, random car, Toyota Camry, and take the jack out of the trunk and then place it under the jack mount, the position that you use to jack it up so you can take a tire off. Jack it up high enough that you can slide underneath the car and then reach around and then slowly jack the car down. And that's exactly how I felt in traffic today. Claustrophobic and squeezing the lifeblood out of my rotund presence. Yeah, traffic's fun. I get so sick of hearing people like, I can't drive a manual transmission because it sucks in traffic. I would have loved to have a manual transmission today because you always have granny gear. You don't have to come to a complete stop. If you're driving in traffic and you come to a complete stop, you are losing. That is not how you drive in traffic. Crawl it down to the lowest gear. And then when traffic takes off, skip gears. These automated transmissions are terrible in traffic. I absolutely cannot. And it comes from being a CDL instructor. I taught people how to drive semi trucks, how to shift and all that stuff. And when a truck is shifting itself, modern miracle technology that I'm driving, it is extremely frustrating how this truck drives in traffic. Thomas Bailey, it is great to see you. I hope you are doing well. I was in your neighborhood. Road Reality, you can easily add your logo using the free version of DaVinci Resolve. I've literally made tutorials on this. Yes. But if you're still watching, John, it's not just about adding my logo. So one of my favorite YouTube channels is Savage Geese, and they do car reviews. And I watch it for the cinematography. They have some really cool camera angles and dolly shots and, zooming, panning. And one of the coolest shots that they do is they mount a camera to the window while the driver's door is open. So when you shut the driver's side door, the camera is focused on the steering wheel and the dashboard. So what I want to do is mount the camera, which, I can mount a camera anywhere, mount a camera to the window, climb into the truck, close the door, wide angle shot so you can see me sit in the seat here and the steering wheel comes into focus. It pans to the steering wheel. You're using the door as a pan tool. But I want this digital dashboard on the truck. Like when I turn the key and you hear the ding ding, the bong bong, and the gauges do their sweeps and all that crap. I want to turn the key and have my logo come up inside the dashboard. That's the easiest way to do it. But the way that I want to see it is my logo's already on the dashboard while the door's open. And then as the door shuts, the logo stays in the dashboard. So, you'll see it through the steering wheel, the rim of the steering wheel and stuff like that. But I want the dashboard to say Sterling Wheel. So close the door and the logo has been on the dashboard the whole time, even when the door is open. So it's a pivoting shot with the text on the dashboard. So that's the scene that I want to try to make. It's literally 5 seconds long at the most, but I think it would be awesome. So, I mean, I could just give up on asking you to do it and try doing it myself, but I don't have cool video editors anymore. PowerDirector has really gone off the rails. They're focusing on TikTok content and AI, and I'm not satisfied with PowerDirector anymore. So, and I don't want to upgrade to DaVinci yet or Adobe until I get a new computer, and I'm not getting a new computer till possibly later in the year. So that's my plan, John. Roadie Reality says you'll be played by Jack Black. I like Jack Black. He's a cool dude. I met him once. Met him in Reno. Very cool dude. Oh, Thomas Bailey says, you're going back in a deep hole. Looks like I'm seeing quite a bit of displaced aggression, blaming population growth in Florida because it's a free state. It looks like you're exhibiting symptoms. Florida's not a free state. Florida has turned into California. And I know this for a fact because I grew up in California and I survived the Reagan administration. I was born during the Reagan administration, wasn't I? Uh, Florida has turned into California. It's got too many flock cameras. They don't believe in free speech, and it's turning into a police state. Florida does not impress me anymore. Ba, 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 da, ba. Thomas Bailey. You claim I have Trump derangement? Trump derangement syndrome? No, I have Alex Jones derangement syndrome. Oh, listen, Trump is not Jesus. And as much as the Israelis want him to be Jesus, he's never going to be Jesus. I've never been a fan of the man. I know exactly who he is. He is a carnival barker and he is a comedian and he is unfortunately causing a lot of trouble in the world right now. But that's fine. I'm an anarchist, so I really don't care. I just stay strapped and depend on my networks that I build, which is truly the American way. Chasing Ghost. Good night. I need my beauty sleep. It ain't helping, but it ain't hurting. Receiving per therapy. Chasing Ghost has a cat. She is in the vicinity of a cat, a feline. Chasing Ghost has the feline. Cheap freight hauler. I left Georgia Monday, laid down in Mexico Tuesday, woke up in South Carolina today. Jeez. How can you pass a drug test? Can you pass a drug test? I don't think you can pass a drug test. If you're hucking those kind of miles, there's no way you can pass a drug test. Thought you were a professional. Thank you for being a channel member, by the way. Thomas Bailey says, Chasing Ghost. Good night, Tara. It is Friday. Welcome to a Friday, kids. Cheap freight hauler. 8 weeks in the truck. I'd be in the bunk in the fetal position crying for my mommy. Yeah. Can't say that ain't the way I end every single day. At least on my 30-minute break, I make sure I'm doing it in the fetal position and just crying my eyes out. It's important as a grown man to let your feelings out in the privacy of your sleeper berth. You know, that's why there's a curtain behind me right there. We pull the curtain back, and then there's no shame. As long as you're on the other side of the curtain, it's just like remember when you went to rent videos and they had that curtain uh, as far away from the Disney movies as it could get, but there was a curtain, and behind that curtain there was no shame. And that's exactly what we have in these semi trucks. You pull this curtain, and there's a world of titillating excitement and adultery that happens back there. And all you got to do is peek behind the curtain, and you'll see a whole new world. It's amazing, really. You're never going to look at your curtains the same way. Thomas Bailey. Lakeland Civic Center used to have some rockin' concerts back in the day. Ozzy, Motley Crue, and '84. Ozzy's son was interviewed by Billy Corrigan, and it was a fantastic interview. As Ozzy's son is a really cool dude. Go look it up on YouTube. It's good. It's a good watch. 30 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, March 6th is today. Thank you, Rody John. March 9th is Monday. Okay, so Monday. Monday, I got to get to Missouri. We can do it. We can do it. If anybody can, I can. I don't have a choice in the matter. I have to do it. I signed up for it. Boop, boop, doo, doo, boop, 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 boop. OSNS says, time to go home now. We'll be picked up tomorrow. Good times. Carrie's in the house says, shit, I'm 27 minutes late. Well, I'm 20. No, I'm only like 10, 8 minutes behind in the comments. It's totally fine. You know, I always tell you kids lower your expectations.
When my belly starts a rumbling and I'm jonesing for a treat, I close my eyes for a big surprise, the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch. I love the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch. The best they grow on trees, and streams of bacon ranch dressing flow right up to your knees. There's tumbleweeds of bacon and cheddar paves the streets. Folks, don't front you cause you got the juice. There's a train of ladies coming with a nice caboose. Never get in trouble, never need an excuse. That's the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch. I love the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch. No one tells you to behave. Your wildest fantasies come true. Dallas cheerleaders give you shaves. Red onions make you laugh instead, and french fries grow like weeds. You get the veg all day, all the lotto tickets paid. There's a king who wants you to have it your way. That's the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch.
Oh, I love my tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch. By the way, that was the end of Hootie and the Blowfish. After that, Darius Rucker said, God damn, a country star now. And Hootie and the Blowfish sank into the depths of the Marianas Trench, never to be seen again. It's true. Listen, you don't come to church for me to lie to you. Rody Reality says hi to Carrie. Sterling, your email is not easily found. Just message me on Instagram. Oh, I had to join Instagram just to contact you. Whatever. I don't do the Instagrams. I'll find your email somewhere and I'll just you've sent me an email in the past, but I had to take my email down from my channel because I was getting too many spam things and some trolls were bothering me. So I had to remove my email contact from my YouTube channel. And I really don't want to sell crap on my channel. My channel's my channel, and you're all trespassing right now. Like this ain't for you. This is my channel. Avert your gaze when I'm talking in church. Although the gays are accepted. I'm okay with the gays. You know, even though I'm terrible at eye contact. It's hard to say that straight. Anyway, Brody, I'll try to friggin' email you. Road Reality, I had to get a new computer this week. The new one I got last year died. Oh, don't tell me that. The laptop that I use for my video editing, although I've been editing completely by phone, and I am getting the new Samsung S26 Ultra Mega Duplex, whatever the friggin' God, and it's got a terabyte. I'm getting that new phone. It's on its way. I've been doing all my video editing by phone. It's so much easier, so much quicker, and I've got templates now. And the kind of videos that I've been producing lately, it's not that intuitive, not that involved. It's casual. Listen, I make boring ass trucking videos, and it's usually just me, you know, pontificating while I drive. So it's not much brain power or computing power to make that happen. Although I do process most of my videos in 4K, even though nobody even cares anyway. If it's a daylight video, I'm trying to make it 4K. If it's just nighttime driving, 1080 is fine. Nobody cares anyway. But I'm nervous about what you said there about the new computer that you bought last year because all of our electronics in the last it's almost as if there was a virus that was, a pandemic of sorts, uh, kind of ruined all manufacturing in the entire world, and now we can't rely on any product whatsoever. It feels like that, right? So I'm nervous about buying a new computer because, like you just said, is that computer going to last a year? Is it going to last as long as my laptop back there that I bought in 2012? That laptop could almost birth children. It's so old. that that laptop has reached puberty. Uh, and it still works. It's just not good, you know. Thomas Bailey says you might be right. Whole country is becoming a police state. It already is a police state. It already is a police state. The fact that the police can ping your phone when there's a homicide 4 blocks from your house and then enter your house with a warrant at 5 o'clock in the morning and accuse you of being at a location your phone got pinged near a homicide, they could just kick in your front door and say, hey, we think you were somewhere and we're going to ransack your house and we're going to take you in for questioning. The police can do that right now. They can bust down your front door and bring you in because somebody killed somebody and their phone got pinged in the same area that your phone got pinged. And not only that, they will use the flock cameras to track everywhere that you went in the last month to see what your patterns are. Oh, and by the way, flock cameras are easily hacked. I can walk up to one right now, press the Bluetooth button 3 times and pair my phone to a flock camera and see all the live data and everything. I used to be an ethical hacker, so I'm familiar with doing kind of things like that. Actually, let's strike that from the record. I know nothing. America is already a police state. You haven't experienced it yet. Thomas Bailey, Trump is better than Democrats that hate America and have flooded it with terror cells that will strike one day. It's a warm and cuddly narrative. But listen, it doesn't matter what stupid flag is flown. It's all hung from the same pole that is $39 trillion in debt. Fly whatever friggin' blue flag, red flag, pink flag, white flag. It all gets run up the same pole that nobody can afford. So, like I said, I'm an anarchist. And I am prepared to see the downfall of society. And nothing surprises me. Was I surprised that we bombed Iran? No, they talked about it for 6 weeks straight. Ever since the last time they bombed Iran, they tried taking out the nuclear facility. So it doesn't surprise me. Now, am I so upset with Trump that I wish, Camel Toe Harris was in there? Not necessarily, because politics is effed no matter which way. It doesn't matter who you vote for. The problems with America right now is there's no way to vote ourselves out of it. We have convinced society to quit having kids because we can't afford to have kids. And we're inviting anybody in the world that can have kids to overpopulate our country. So we're losing America. And some people will be mad. Do you hate immigrants? No, the legal ones are totally cool. I feel bad for the ones that tried getting in here legally and then they opened the floodgates and now anybody popped into the country. And the people that are trying to get here legally are so bogged up into the system that they can't get their friggin' green card. They can't become citizens because the entire system got, cornswoggled. That's a word. So my problem with the government you got to keep in mind, I'm a truck driver. I'm a licensed professional driver who can be pulled over by the cops anytime, anywhere. Doesn't matter if I'm asleep or awake. They can pound on my door and demand that I answer. So I'm used to being guilty until proven innocent. So it has shaped the way that I see politics. In addition to the fact that, I was a homeowner, I was also a landlord, I was also a business owner. So my politics are shaped by the experiences that I have had in my short 45-year existence. So I don't the Bible teaches us not to worship false idols, and no politician will ever be an idol to me. They are there to work and do their job and represent my country. As long as they do that, it's fine. You can hate Biden, you can hate Trump, you can hate Hillary. Every year there's a new Super Bowl. Select your team, root for your team, walk into work next day and brag about we're gonna make it. Us Republicans we're gonna make it. Us Democrats, we're gonna make it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Raise your kids, be good people. Stay off my goddamn highways. Quit cutting me off on the fucking highway. Assholes. Oh, a cheap freight hauler dropped a comment 10 minutes ago, something like that. Is a valued channel member, by the way. Team driving, no 8 balls or logbook resets. Just wanted to clarify that. Yeah, but I still want to know if you could pass a drug test. Drug tests don't have to be random. In case Duffy is tuning in, yeah, I'm good friends with Mr. Duffy. He's the head of the DOT. He listens to everything I say, and that's why we're kicking out all these people that ain't got the CDLs, man. Those people that got their CDLs at a Leering Center in Little Somalia, America. Thomas Bailey, listen to John Leno. John Leno? John Leno. John Lennon and Yoko primal screaming and join in. No. TJ, Bull of the Woods says, Wazah. He is our favorite Sasquatch, who is now a grandfather. So his beard will get more gray than mine. Not as scruffy as mine. I think he maintains his beard. My beard is very unmanageable, and I like it. I like people looking at me and wondering, sir, what is your business here? I'm just looking for food. I'm looking for a job. Carrie saying hi to John. Oh. Thomas Bailey saw that Jack broke down a few times. Billy Corgan has severe eczema or psoriasis in his left hand. Check out next time you watch it. Gnarly looking. No, Billy Corgan has always had that rosacea. Yeah, he's always had that. He's been good at hiding it, and then about 10 years ago he quit hiding it. If you watch the Car Wizard on YouTube, his wife's got a similar thing too. It's not psoriasis or eczema. It's like a birth. I don't know what the condition's called, but it's like it looks like a horrible red, almost like burn, like he's been burned. Um, but it's from birth. I forgot what they call it. One of you in here will comment. But he's always had that, dude. Yeah. Thomas Bailey says, try primal screaming of John Lennon and Yoko Ono. We don't do primal screaming anymore. That's an old 70s and 80s thing. Primal screaming doesn't exist anymore. Now we just want to hear about your feelings. You know what? Primal screaming got turned into Karens. They just do primal screaming when they're really pissed, right? That's kind of weird. Roadie John. Dude, I went whole hog on the new computer. Uh-oh. I could feel a second mortgage. That is a second mortgage statement. Well, no, you already got a new motorcycle. That was last year. So you're on your fourth mortgage. Yeah, that's not a second, but you got a quad mortgage going on right now. Went whole hog on a new computer. You'll see it in an upcoming video. John Hammond spared no expense. Comes to my, oh man, I would love to have a really nice computer, but I'm kind of homeless right now. Like I'd be better off with a nice laptop here in the truck. I like editing on a laptop because in a pinch, I can bring it on a motorcycle, take it to a motel room, and edit on the road. I do not want a home computer because I don't have a home. Sick burn. Hootie the Blowfish used to play the attic here in Greenville all the time. Darius Ruckers is the new Charlie Pride. That's funny. He lives in Charleston now. Roadie John says my desktop was faulty. Something was wrong with it from day one. Oh, something bad with the motherboard or something. I used to build computers. Used to. I used to build computers when you had to be prolific. When you had to know how dip switches worked. Quit being a dip switch. Rody John says my 6-year-old MSI laptop runs fine, just a bit slow for what I do. Yeah, mine's pretty slow, but I'm constricted by memory. I only have 500 gig, and I tend to edit video and delete. I never keep copies of anything. It gets posted to YouTube, sent to the cloud. It does get backed up. If I leave it on my phone long enough, it'll get backed up to my Google cloud, and I've got a terabyte of that. But yeah, most of the stuff I edit, it gets edited, posted, and I delete the hard copy. I'm loving it. Thomas Bailey, Corpse Joe allows almost 20 million unknown people in our country to appease the globalist elites, and he turned the frogs gay. You know, Joe Biden was a good man to some people, and he was the last of the classic Democrats, and people change, especially when they get older and they suffer problems with their ability to think and stuff like that, dementia. I honestly think that he was taken advantage of because of it. But Joe Biden's he's not as problematic as you think. You got to keep in mind that he was a figurehead. He was Mickey Mouse in the land of Disneyland. It doesn't matter who the president is. It never matters who the president is. It's the administration around said president and what he allows to happen in the background and around, and the soup that everything boils in politics. So he was a man that wasn't present. So the issues with the border and stuff like that, it seemed punitive. It seemed like it wasn't America first. But you got to keep in mind, are you being reactionary to it? Is it, for one, you should not be surprised. because the media is going to spin it in all sorts of different ways. America has developed the best propaganda in the world. And you can look at things of, oh, the Democrats are so terrible. Oh, the Republicans are so terrible. And all the crazy stuff that you hear is designed to distract you. The only thing that matters is your own household, your neighborhood, your city, village, town, then your state. The White House is so far from your living room. It doesn't even matter. It really doesn't matter. And I keep telling people, because listen, you stand in a line of truck drivers, you're going to get politicized. It is going to be thrust upon. Somebody's going to fart and it's going to smell Republican. And it's all stupid, dumb echo talking points that doesn't solve anything. How many times you got to agree with somebody that, Joe Biden was a piece of shit? Okay. How many times you got to agree with everybody that Trump is White House Jesus? Okay. Every 4 years it gets changed out. It's fine. And then we got what's going on in Iran, which, by the way, they were 43 years late in bombing that fucking country. They have to have a war. They have to crash our economy because things are out of control in America. Go to your grocery store. Go top off the fuel tank in your Toyota Camry. Your Toyota Camry, that you can pay $65,000 for a Toyota Camry nowadays. The cheapest pickup truck in America is $36,000. Real estate? Don't even get me started on real estate. The average car payment in America is $750. The economy has to crash. They need this war. They will try to escalate it into a world war, and they will reset the economy. That is the powers at be. Don't let it surprise you. It's going to happen, and you can't stop it. You can't vote your way out of it. You can't vote with it. You can't vote against it. It has to happen. Ebbs and flows. Everything's good. Everything's bad. Our jobs as adults is to ride the center. Be resilient. That's all I can say to you kids. Look at me getting all friggin' politicized. But yeah, Thomas Bailey. On many things we'll agree. Cheap freight hauler, valued channel member who can't pass the drug test. 24 years with the CDL, never a problem with the drug test. Might be time for a new one. Just saying. We skipped a comment. We got Thomas Bailey. Technology and mechanical tractors have reduced the number of farm workers needed, so we only need so many lettuce pickers. That's an interesting statement. And a lot of that has been automated too. There is automated lettuce picking now in California. Usually around Yuma, the lettuce there used to test for salmonella quite a bit. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that they weren't putting porta-johns for the farm workers. So if you notice that there's very few salmonella warnings with lettuce, like 2016 through 2018, like every year, they'd be like, hey, we're pulling lettuce from the shelves because somebody pooped in the field. It's usually human waste, or actually what started that craze was the organic lettuce, because they can't use bug spray or rodent spray or anything like that. So just be cautious of your organic foods Make sure you wash them really good. I hate being a refrigerated driver because I've seen every inch of the food industry from farm to table. I've seen it all. I know every path that everything in the grocery store has taken to get there. Oh, isn't it funny when they all of a sudden they have a recall on cereal because they claim that there's rat feces in General Mills cereal. There's rat feces in the Fruit Loops. I've got news for you. It's not that there was rat feces in the Fruit Loops. There was too much rat feces in the poop in the Fruit Loops. Every single processed food has traces of mammals and their defecates. There's stainless steel from the processing. There's all sorts of crap in our processed food. That's why they tell us let's stay away from the processed food so much. But yeah, anytime you see a recall saying, "Oh, we had to pull all the cheese because it has fly poop in it," no, it always has had fly poop in it. It just has a little bit too much fly poop in it. Rody Johnson says, "I don't have debt outside my house. Actually, I pay cash for the Road Glide. Win. GMC Canyon. Win. And the new laptop. Win. Good times, John. Oh, responsible American. Good times. The only debt that I currently have is some credit card debt from my uh, third or fourth midlife crisis that I had a year ago. It takes a lot of money to change your life and start over. But I'm worth it. I realize that I cannot be paired with people that don't appreciate my happiness, and I will no longer associate with anybody that doesn't want me to be happy. The second somebody doesn't want me to be happy, I am out, which is why I am proud to be in a corner office with a padded room behind me, behind the curtain. Um, Listen, society is crumbling, and I'm just going to skirt around it as best I can. We're going to enjoy our truck driving. We're going to ride our motorcycles. We're going to go to Forgotten Angels in a week, and we're going to try to be friendly. I'm going to get a haircut. I might get the beard trimmed a little bit. It's a little too much. That's my goal in life right now, is just to enjoy the decline. Read that book, by the way, by Aaron Clary. It is very wonderful. It was written in 2013. Uh, Good to see you got your wits about you, Rody John. Thomas Bailey, is his wife Chinese? Probably from eating cats and dogs and other exotic animals. They both might be drinking plum wine that had a snake in it. Agreed. Rody John says gas went up $1 in the last week. Ugh. Yeah, and it's stupid that they're blaming it on the Strait of Hormuz. We're literally protecting oil ships that are delivering fuel to China. None of the oil going through the Strait of Hormuz comes to America. So why is our gas price so high? Because they could raise it to $700 a gallon and nobody will revolt. Everybody would just go to social media and be like, look at the price. It cost me $7,500 to fill my Toyota Camry. I don't know why I'm so focused. I know why I'm focused on Toyota Camrys, because there's one parked right outside the windshield. No, they will raise the price to the point where the economy starts to crumble a little bit more. And it's when the economy starts to shiver, and then they'll back down the prices a little bit. And then they'll listen, they raise the price $1, right? So they'll lower it 50 cents and we'll go, oh, remember when fuel was $5 a gallon? Now it's only $4.50. Isn't that amazing? It's only $4.50 now. And you know, something happens in the news to distract us, and stuff happens in life and stuff, and we all get distracted and we forget that gas used to be $2 a gallon. But yeah, fuel's going to get crazy, and it's not done yet. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Thomas Bailey says people dropping prescriptions into toilets and sewer systems are making their way into the water tributaries and turning them into hermaphrodite fishes. Not gay per se. I still think they're turning the frogs gay. And you're not going to change my opinion of it. You got a problem with you got problems with gay frogs? Thomas Bailey says I cut through the propaganda BS and can discern what is true, and I don't believe all I hear and all I have what I see. Exactly. That's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Right? Right. They're going to wind up calling me pretty soon, which means my trailer will be unloaded, and I'll have to bail on you. I will have to leave you. Thomas Bailey, 48 years late. You mean 79? 79 was 46 years ago. No, they should have bombed Iran in 1983. Thomas Bailey, that's right. The Honduran migrant workers were pooping in the fields and Chipotle veggies too. That's right. Listen, when you're picking your vegetables, you got to contain yourself or wear a diaper. Wear a diaper if you're going to pick fruit and vegetables. Rob's neighbor, that is Carrie, by the way. I like the logo. I need to make a better logo. Like right now, I'm using Iron Skillet. I need to change that real quick. Just came in from watching the first big storm of the year rolling. Going to be a humdinger. Yeah, I hear the weather is quite atrocious, quite frightful, quite terrible. I gotta change. I'm not sponsored by Iron Skillet tonight. How do I change my thing? How do I do things that I know how to do? There we go. Sterling wheel. We're gonna switch sides. We're gonna put it on the other side. Right there. Sterling wheel. Also known as Sterling Trucking Delivers. Zap. Get back to the comments. What you kids are paying me for? Do. Where are we at? We got lost. We got David from Australian land. Fine looking beard, man. It's not fine. It's unkempt and wacky. I've approached wacky as far as beard, disheveled. You know. Yeah, this is how long you been trucking, Sterling? When was the last time you were home? The last time I was home, I didn't have a beard. Fine looking beard, man. You're drunk. Thomas Bailey with percentage. What kind of percentage are we talking about? Rody John says, I read earlier this week that the Strait of Hormuz runs 20 to 30% of the world's oil, and Lloyd's of London insured the boats there, and they backed out. So now the U.S. Navy protects them. That's 100% correct. Do you watch the Duran as well? I watch a little bit too much of, geopolitical stuff. I listen as I'm driving down the road because I truly want to know what's going on. Which is a lot of the first what is it? The first casualty of war is the truth, right? So it's hard to find truth, and I'm trying to avoid the news as much as I can, but you can't avoid it. So instead of that, I listen to Kurt Metzger, Michael Malice, Dave Smith, Tom Woods. Oh, a little bit of Joe Rogan. What else did I listen to this week? A little weekly recap of this crap I listened to. I did listen to Tucker this week a couple of times. He brought up a very interesting point about the third temple being built. So a little. We're talking about pillar civilization stuff there. A little worried about what he said, and it caused me to do some homework about it. And I don't know. You can't tell me we're not in a holy war. Road Reality says all played a week in Great Britain. That's an interesting, yeah. Lloyd's of London. You'd be surprised how much they underwrite. Even my trucking insurance. In 2016, the insurance company, I had to wait for Lloyd's of London to approve my insurance. I thought that was kind of weird. David says, looking like a true biker now. No, I am not a true biker. I ride a flamboyant, a BMW. BMW copied Harley. What are you riding a Kraut Glide for? That's not a BM. That BMW is not a Harley. With your flamboyant motorcycle. I haven't seen my motorcycle in quite a while. I miss it. The second I get home, I am breaking out all my detailing supplies. I'm gonna polish. There's one little scratch in the paint, and it's got a very, very deep clear coat, so I'm pretty sure I can alleviate that scratch. And Griot's Garage makes a 1-inch orbital now, and I'm thinking about buying that because I love paint correcting. That bike doesn't need any paint correcting, but to get all the scratches out of it, a little bit of swirly marks, I want to detail that bike before I ride it on down to Forgotten Angels. I'm not going to be in a hurry to go to Forgotten Angels. I'm going to ride the eastern coast of Florida, the Forgotten Coast, and check out some of the little small towns and stuff. And I might get a hotel room before I even get down to Forgotten Angels. I did buy some camping equipment. I need to purchase a tent. So there's an REI somewhere near Tampa that has the Kelty tents. I want to get a two passenger tent because I am twice the man that I used to be. Sick burn. I want to get a good 2-person tent, and this year, this next winter, I want to do some more camping around Florida and stuff. And I just want to have the ability to camp, even though I'm a bougie biker that likes hotel rooms. I drive for a living. I travel for a living. I like a nice bed. Because I travel with a nice bed. The bed back there is very nice. So I don't know. My goals this year, I did not really make New Year's resolutions. I did say that I would stop giving unsolicited advice, which turned into I'm not talking to a lot of people now. Oh, sick burn. But I do want to camp more. Rob's neighbor, I figured out my rich condition on the Infinity without a tune. Went from 14 miles per gallon to 27 average, so it's bonus time. Good times. Was the mass airflow sensor screwed up? What'd you fix? Thomas Bailey says unwashed, unrefrigerated vegetables. Oh, you mean organic? Certified organic? David says anything uplifting for us, please, like perhaps your VW's exhaust note. Let's talk about that. Yeah, I need to go home and change the main jet and that carburetor because that thing shoots fire. I love that it shoots fire, but it's diluting my oil, and I need to do an oil change and tune that carburetor. I need to lean it out a little bit. That car I tuned it for high altitude. I lived in Reno, Nevada. It's 4,800 feet above sea level. So that carburetor's always been tuned for it. Buck has a carburetor in his garage that I can use. It's a 34 pick 3, which is going to liven that motor up. So I can't wait to get home and maybe work on the Bug. I'm not going to work on the Bug. I'm going to Forgotten Angels. Campout's coming up in a week. A week from now, I'm going to be at Forgotten Angels. I'm going to be sweaty and salty and mildly drunk and lonely because a lot of people aren't making it to the campout. A lot of my friends aren't able to make it, and I'm there's so many of my friends that aren't making it to the campout that I'm not asking anybody else if they're coming or not because it's the answer is going to be nah, money, nah, time. And it sucks because I've worked so hard this last 8 weeks and have built up such a good like the bank account is healthy right now, but it's not so healthy that I can't like fly people in and have them join me at Forgotten Angels, you know. Uh, but yeah, I'll work on the bug eventually. Thomas Bailey says not sure about the frogs. What frogs? Frogs can be gay. Rody John says, "Crikey, it's David. What's up, mate?" He's a chef now. I think he's a chef now. He got rid of his biker ways and became a chef. He is a Michelin rated chef. He got rid of his Michelin tires and became a Michelin chef. Thomas Bailey says, I have my NADS insured with Lloyd's in London. Why don't you keep your money in America? You know, there's underwriters in America. You got underwriters for what you got in your underwear? Use an American underwriter. You should protect your NADS with gold. Call 1-800-GOLD-LINE for a quote today. I traded all my Bitcoin for gold 3 months ago. I am so happy. Oh, smartest thing I ever done as an adult. Should I buy another semi truck? No. No, I had this discussion with Buck earlier today because I was kind of reminiscing of the old semi truck that I owned. I'm in the land of Florida right now. There's a lot of owner operators and some cool looking trucks and stuff like that. And Buck is like, hey, you can enjoy that freedom again. And no, I'm not a disciplined enough person to be a business owner anymore. Uh, and freedom without discipline is haphazard and not logical. And I don't want to circle the drain anymore in life. You know, I don't want to circle the drain anymore. I'm more than happy being a company man. Listen, I had a flat tire today. Guess what I did? I left my wallet in the truck and I called a 1-800 number and the tire got fixed and I didn't get charged for it. I bought $750 in fuel yesterday and my wallet never caught fire. Why? There's literally 2 loads on the books right now. This load got booked, and then the load that's taking me to Missouri for the weekend. I don't have to look for a load. I don't have to talk to a broker. I don't have to negotiate. I get paid what I'm worth, and I go home when I schedule it. Life is good. It would be nice to have my own truck and have my name back on the door, and you know, here's Sterling Wheel, the super trucker owner operator, independent, independent. Can't boss me around. No, no. I am more than happy to be a meat robot, steering wheel holder. I make my money and I get left alone. It's pleasant. It's good times. There's no shame in that. And listen, there's some people that are complaining like, you're just working for the man. It's like, yeah, I know who the man is though. I can call the man and be like, hey, can I sell some PTO to pay for my next trip to Forgotten Angels? And they're like, yeah, of course. When you're your own boss, you don't know who the man is because the man changes every day, changes every week, changes every month, changes all the time. You're dealing with multiple mans. Right now, I just had the company man. I'll be like, hey, Here's my location. Here's how many hours I have. And they're like, yeah, we already see that. I over communicate and they're just, yeah, we see it. I can literally go weeks without contacting dispatch at all and just do my job. If there's a problem, like I need a lumper code or something like that, it's all through the computer. I don't have to talk to anybody. It's nice. And for somebody that has as much experience as I have, sure, I can make a lot more money somewhere else. I can go haul fuel. I do stuff like that. I don't want the hassle. Right now, I'm on my own. I have my own schedule. They respect the way that I run. I like running nights, and there's no safety director calling me in the middle of the night, being like, I need you to pull over and park because it's 3 o'clock in the morning and we don't like our company to be out on the road at 3 o'clock in the morning. No, they don't bother me. They will tell me if I'm going into, like, perhaps I'm going to drive into a tornado zone this weekend. They will tell me, hey, we're in a shutdown area. Prepare to stop your truck. And then they pay me. The second the truck stops, I'm being paid. That's amazing. So I'm happy where I'm at. So there you go, David. I I'm doing all right. Mm-mm-mm. David's in the house. Chef having the party, folks. Love my food. Love y'all. Tell the other folks is working with me in the kitchen. Good times. I'm glad you're embracing the new life as a world renowned chef. Come to America. Hold on. Let me know if I got audio. Clap, clap. Audio check. I had a phone call. My paperwork's ready. I am ready to get the flock out of here. Looks like I got audio. Uh, Somebody comment real quick and make sure I've got audio. David Van Bleek says, "Pick up your load, hit the road, and drive well." Do I have audio? Can you hear what I'm doing? David says, "Hi to Road Reality, still rocking the apron." Good times, David. Carrie says, "A bad O2 sensor, one and bank two, or a coil and bank two, replaced all three. It's exploded to but nice clean. O2 sensor is chewed from a critter, so I repaired and ordered new one, and that was it." Good times. Good time. It's nice when it's a simple, easy fix. Good job. It's usually it's easy for us to blame a tune when it's just mechanical related. Very good, Carrie. Thomas Bailey says, "I got the idea from Tina Turner. She had those legs insured. So did J Lo. J Lo had her butt insured." Oh, Mo Chandon says, "Hey, well, Jeff is doing just fine. It's a busy owner, and he doesn't answer to no one." Jeff's a cool dude. I ain't got no problem with Jeff. Never have. He's a good guy. Haven't talked to him in a while. Hope he's doing good. And he does answer to people. He has many customers. He has to maintain business relationships, and he has financing and dealerships. And there's, as an owner operator, you answer to everybody. Don't. Why are you retarded? Road Reality says, "Glad to hear it. Pick up your load, hit the road, drive well." David says, "Yep, loud and clear." Okay. Yeah, when I get a phone call, it'll mess up the StreamYard sometimes. All I got to do is grab my papers, and we are good to go to Tropicana tonight and pick up our load going to Missouri. I have limited amount of hours left. According to the clock, I have 4 hours left. Let me double check for you. I'm doing a 2-hour sleeper split right now, so I can't move the truck for 4 more minutes anyway. The difficulties of trucking. Oh, I need to look at my recaps. Okay, so I have 4 hours left in my 70 right this minute. At midnight Central Standard Time, at the top of the hour, I will gain 8 hours. And then the day after that, I gain another 8 hours. So I've been running 8 to 9 hour days. So my recap hours have been, I haven't done a 34 in a month or two, probably 2. It's February, right? Oh shit. It's not February. Yeah, I haven't done a 34 in a couple months. Recap hours. Crystal Kitten, good seeing you here. Hope you made it home. You usually walking home this time of night from what I remember. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying warm. It is like 80 degrees in Tampa, Florida right now. Carrie says audio's good. Okay, good times. Thomas Bailey says a rich man stays awake at night worrying about his riches. Day laborer sleeps like a baby. Sometimes it's true. Proverbs, some passage. It sounded familiar, Thomas. It really did. Always good to see you kids in here. Welcome to the Church of Wheel. We're gonna wind this crap down because it's midnight. It's past midnight. And we got tasks. We have been tasked with a job tonight to pick up my empty trailer, take it to another facility, drop it off, and pick up a loaded trailer and go to Missouri land. We're going to Missouri, going to a Walmart, deliver some orangey juice. Rob's neighbor, Carrie, still needs a tune to help the ECM compensate for no cats, but in the future. Oh, you have no cats. That's illegal. I'm turning you into the EPA. Rob's neighbor says thank you and good to see you. Always good to see you, Carrie. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to your Friday. David Van Bleek with we're being ratioed. We just got ratioed by Dave. 12 watching, only 10 likes. Yeah, pop a couple more likes. And shout out to the replay gang. I usually get 100 views on the replay gang. I think a lot of people just like to listen while they're trucking down the road and stuff. And those are the most important people. The people that aren't paying attention to me are the most important people in the world. Everybody's important in their own mind. Thomas Bailey, have a good night, Sterling. Sterling Wheel and everyone. Always good to see you, kids. And today's episode of the Church of Wheel was florDuh. We are leaving Florida in the night. Under the cover of darkness, I will be leaving Florida. I will wake up in Alabama. No, I'll be going to bed in Alabama. Yeah, we're leaving Tampa. I'm going to get as far as I can with the hours that I've got. I've got some funky hours going on. And honestly, if I get tired, I'm going to stop and sleep. Because that's what I do for a living. I sleep and I work, and I work and I sleep. I got to leave. Church of Wheel, Florida. Thank you for stopping by. A few more comments and we are out. Thomas Bailey says, pleasant dreams, maybe a wet one. No, there is no physical sexual activities allowed in this truck. Cheap Freight Hauler says, safe travels, everyone. Good seeing here. And shout out to the replay gang. David Van Beek says, we love you, man. Give me weed whites and wine. Driver car rig never been built. That's right. Good times. Sleep is a natural healer. It is. It's very important to get sleep. And I have to end this. Goodbye. Bye-bye.